Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and tonight, it's January 10th, 2022, late night. This won't get loaded up tonight, but probably tomorrow. Um, we're going to be talking about somebody that we talk too much about, actually, this man here, witnessing corruption, contact Project Veritas. So, I've done some of these videos about Project Veritas, and since June 25th, 2019, Project Veritas has refused to tell the world that all environmental voices are preventing solutions frauds. And, we have to listen to these voices. We donate to many of them that, like Gore, left government and went out and started a foundation. The Clintons had a foundation. Maybe they still do. They took donations. Um, and now they're imposing tyranny based on we don't have solutions, and Project Veritas is against tyranny. But Project Veritas, for 2.5 years, since June 25th, 2019, will not do their job and tell the world that all environmental voices, including at the top level of the United States government, will not allow the environmental solutions the world needs. And what is Project Veritas doing today? That's right. They're looking for corruption from federal government workers. Now, I'm not a federal government worker. The government's not going to hire me. They won't allow environmental solutions. They're not going to hire me. But if we know about government corruption, do you have to be a federal government worker? Should that be a requirement? No, because if you bring Project Veritas tips, Project Veritas will tell your story. James O'Keefe, he has an obligation to, tell the truth, to tell the world what tipsters are bringing him. And we've heard, O'Keefe many times, he does not have an agenda. Not at all. Not at all. Except, what other reason could it be that for over 2.5 years now, Project Veritas has refused to tell the world that all environmental voices are preventing solutions frauds? Here's a 98 letter from Gore to me, right here. Yeah, he thoroughly read my material, and they have been carefully considered. Yeah. Oh, well, that's great. But yes, what was Al going to do? He's going to keep his focus on continuing the solid record of achievement that has characterized this administration since they first took office. Except, as I told Gore back in the 90s, that if he didn't, embark upon the environmental education and agenda, that he would still just be screaming for solutions decades and decades later, and he would be screaming louder and louder for solutions. But what did Al do? Did he care? No. No, 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 no. No, here's a 98 letter. Yeah, he's impressed with my hard work and commitment, but thank you again for keeping me informed of your efforts in bringing this proposal to my attention. But Count Gore out of solutions, and that continues to Gore's office today. Well, this was in 2017. This is the Carthage Group. They are the office of Al Gore, James Hunsberger, and again, he thanks me for my interest in the crucial work Gore is doing for our planet, but he's unable to assist me with my request. But he wishes me much continued success. Yeah, well, I've had no success. Why? Because nobody will allow solutions, starting with, one of the biggest environmental voice out there. And this was just a little bit later on that same day, where James told me to please consider taking action that can be of use as opposed to sending pointless emails. Yeah, you know what else is pointless? Oh, I'll tell you what is. That would be sending Project Veritas tips. I got this from Project Veritas the other night. Now, regardless of this and all the blah, blah, blah O'Keefe does, I don't know. This was, December 29th, 2021. Now, this is anonymous, because I bother them so much. He told me to stop calling. When they see my number, the message gets deleted, so stop wasting my time. Keep the line open for valid tips. It isn't valid that all the people in the United States government, at the highest levels of the United States government, have been preventing the environmental solutions they nonstop tell us the world needs. And now what are they going to do? Because we don't have solutions? Oh, that's right. Climate police and a bunch of other tyranny that Project Veritas says they're against. Right here.
The agencies, government health agencies, we're seeing, this avalanche of mandates and unconstitutional orders taking place across the country. People are reaching out to us desperately, asking for help. How can they, keep their job? How can they, avoid certain fines or all sorts of punishment if they don't want to take the vaccine, for example, or the mask mandates? It's truly frightening, and we encourage anyone with information in those institutions, be it health agencies or big pharma, to come forward to us and help save our country.
And help save our country, because tyranny certainly is not America. But what the government intends on shoving down your throat these days, climate police, carbon taxes, not letting you do banking, not letting you do anything if they think that you haven't been a good enough citizen, when the government's been the problem, withholding the solutions the world needs. And here's O'Keefe saying what he thinks should happen.
We let the people decide, because we have a faith in the people to make the right decisions, as long as they're given access to unfiltered information.
So long as they're given access to unfiltered information, the people can decide, hey, if maybe we should have climate police, if maybe we should be, taxed into poverty with carbon taxes for carbon that the government has refused to get rid of, or refused to encourage you to minimize, or implemented any one of a number of solutions that would have solved this problem a long time ago, like ending our disposable society, getting people environmentally literate, getting people's cooperation, so that we would have had the solutions implemented long, long ago. And it's not just Clinton and Gore and Oasis-Crazy but Barack, Barack, he absolutely is adamantly opposed to solutions, to the point where it had to have been him that was turning on his government that was turning on my computer in the middle of the night, like reporter Cheryl Atkinson. Yeah, you know what? The world doesn't know me, because no one will allow solutions and no press will tell this. But let me tell you, everybody who I, constantly beg to give the world the solutions they cry for, and then stay in their face reminding them that they're frauds, they know who I am. And that included Barack. And when his Secretary of Energy, in a question and answer session, was about to have me say, Stephen, I send you the Grand Slam you just said you search for every day, I was taken out of the auditorium of 2,000 people by Max Baucus, a national public servant, a congressman from Montana. He was hosting this event. And by his top security, Jake Macaw, M-A-C-I-A-G or A-I-G, into a back room where Stephen's top security, who told me he was local Butte, Montana police, but no. He was Stephen's top security, and a uniformed policeman to keep me there until Stephen left the stage, so that I couldn't say, Stephen, I send you the solutions every day. And that was 24 hours after Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer had the exact same audience applaud me, and this is all on about 12 recorded cameras. And then Stephen Chu's office, when I called and emailed, told me that I could never call, and I could email them once, I believe, and if I did once a week, just so that they could easily delete an email. I think they gave me that privilege. How nice of the tyrants. But if I did anything more than that, I would be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of federal law. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So didn't Joe Lieberman, and God, there was another government person that threatened that to me too. Oh, so didn't the National Ski Area Association, because they won't allow solutions. But it's headlines again today: how dire the ski industry is for solutions. But is that going to matter to Project Veritas here? No, 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 because Project Veritas, regardless of O'Keefe, he runs from nothing, he hides from nothing, he has no agenda.
Project Veritas is truth, okay? You know, we represent the truth. I run from nothing, I hide from nothing.
Nothing. Except, like everyone on the right side of the aisle who can't be bothered to care about the environment, Project Veritas, and this man right here, James O'Keefe, and this man right here, Will Witt, who was interviewing him, who I contacted after the interview, and was like, "Hey, Will, let's put out this information," because Will was saying how people have to grow a backbone, they actually have to stand up and do something, right? And where's Will? Oh, yeah, showing he's spineless. Okay, yeah. And so same thing with this guy here when it comes to the environment. Just can't be bothered. He does run. He does hide. Or maybe he just ignores because the environment, our one livable planet, he doesn't care about that. He's on the right side of things. He's the right. They don't care about the environment. Just it doesn't matter. Environmental tyranny, the climate place. They're just going to be fun. They're not going to be tyranny that America needs to be saved from. Like we just heard Project Veritas's media guy saying they need to do for America. They need to save our country. They need to save our country here too. And you know what? Right here, this is a billboard that Project Veritas had in Times Square, New York. Right here, government. Right here. Not media, big tech, government, Hollywood. I have them. They were searching for tips back there too, for government, but not environmental. But James O'Keefe, he runs from nothing, he hides from nothing, and it's just we have to listen to this man. And what does he say about omission?
On this latest travesty, we just want them to tell the whole story. When it comes to serious reporting, omission of facts can be just as dangerous as outright lies. We here at Project Veritas believe in truth and telling the complete story.
That's right. Except environmentally. That's right. So right now we're gonna call Project Veritas. They love it. They hang up. But so this is this number right here. At the tone, please record your message. This anonymous text number. Press 1 for more options. Hey, Project Veritas, anonymous person who texted me to stop calling. Maybe you've deleted this message because you saw my number, but the World Wide Web is listening to this message because this is part of my video I'm doing tonight. You're again out looking for corruption in the federal government, and yet for over 2.5 years now, you have refused to tell the world the truth, that all environmental voices, including the highest levels of the United States government, which the tips I have for you, regardless of the insult that you gave me in your anonymous message, they are valid tips. Okay? They are valid tips. It's just your agenda that you don't have. How many times we've heard O'Keefe tell us we don't have an agenda, but you do. Your agenda isn't the environment, even though you're going to save our country from tyrannical mandates. And man, oh man, the environmental tyrannical mandates are coming down our throats soon. So reconsider the incorrect stance you've had for 2.5 years. And I try to keep this short for my audience, I'm hanging up now so I can call your president and administration. And I just hung up. They can hang up on me too here if they want. So here's Project Veritas. It's a long message.
Thank you for calling Project Veritas with the mission of investigating and exposing corruption, fraud, and waste in order to achieve a more ethical and transparent society.
Transparent society. Okay.
Press 1. For the office of the president,
press 2. So we're pressing 2. Okay. Let's waste a lot of your time. Sorry about that. And they're just going to delete this.
Please record your voice message at the tone. When you are finished, please hang up or touch pound for more options.
Hey, Project Veritas President, this is Eileen Connors, the environmental educator. If this anonymous text that I got from some juvenile that says he's Project Veritas and told me to stop calling because you want to keep your line open for valid tips, and maybe you deleted this call because you saw my number like that juvenile text told me. But you know what? For 2.5 years, you've refused to tell the world that all environmental voices, including from the highest levels of the United States government, refuse to give the world the environmental solutions the world is crying out for. And because of that, now they're beginning to impose tyrannical mandates based upon we don't have solutions. And tyrannical mandates are something that Project Veritas has to save America from. We have to save the country from it. We can't have that. And you run from nothing, you hide from nothing, you're about the truth, the one truth, we've heard it all. Except for 2.5 years since June 25th, 2019. June 25th, 2019. 2.5 years, you have refused to tell the world that the highest levels of the United States government are corrupt environmental frauds. And yet you're still tonight out posting that you want federal whistleblowers, again, proving your agenda. Now we want to go after the government. I, again, am giving you the government. There is only one reason that you would not expose this. It's just that you people are, the right, you're Republicans, you don't take sides. I know, but that's all O'Keefe hangs out with, okay? And they're all people that can't be bothered to show any respect to the one livable planet that we know of. The environment, man, we can trash this planet as much as we want. Well, you know what? You can't. And that's actually irrelevant. Because when it comes to Project Veritas doing the job you put yourself in business to do, which is to expose corruption and fraud and to keep us from tyranny, you don't have a choice but to expose this. Except not only do you not care, and not only are you not much of what O'Keefe says you are Archie Bunkers, and you're just going to be Archie Bunker staunch that you don't have to. Okay, so I'm going to go call your administration line now. I hung up from the president there. So we're going to call the administration line. This is shortly after I started adding administration and putting these out in videos. These calls that I make, Project Veritas. The administration line, they were added at the same time as the videos. And that's when I got this anonymous stop calling us. So I don't know if the administration office is just snowflakes who just can't hear truth. Okay, 5. We're gonna press 5 for administration. So, and then we're gonna
record your voice message at the tone. When you are finished, please hang up or touch pound for more options.
Hey, Project Veritas Administration, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. In case you didn't delete this message, like some anonymous text I got said that you would do. Tonight, again, Project Veritas is looking for tips about government corruption, yet for 2.5 years, Project Veritas has been refusing to tell the world that every environmental voice and everybody inside the highest levels of the United States government that is screaming for environmental solutions simply won't want them, simply won't allow them. And now they are beginning to impose tyrannical mandates upon the public because we don't have solutions. And that's tyranny that Project Veritas is absolutely against, has to save our country from. Actually, that's what your media guy said. We have to save our country from this, but not environmentally for 2.5 years. So, it is your obligation. James O'Keefe has says that it is his obligation to tipsters, and he does have an obligation, especially to the truth, the one truth. So why don't you stop being Archie Bunkers over there and start actually doing your job and turn over a new leaf and give me a call. So I try to make this short for my audience. So I just hung up from that person too. So right now we're gonna send this email to, Project Veritas Legal, their tips, their action, that fool who doesn't know anything about journalism, Laura Logan, who can't be bothered to tell the world truth, even though she's independent and not about tyranny, and she answers to no one. So let's send this, and then what does it, Laura Logan say? Oh, that's
There's only one truth, James.
There's just reality. You can't change reality.
You can't change the truth, right? It's real or it's not real.
That's right.
Except the problem is that with Project Veritas being Archie Bunker staunch and just refusing to tell the world the environmental corruption that goes on within the highest levels of the United States government, the lie lives, and people believe that, oh my God, I mean, Oasis-Crazy, she cares, Bernie Sanders, oh my God, Barack, everybody, Biden, Gore, if only there were solutions, they'd be on them. And that is truly the farthest thing from the truth. So regardless of all of the ridiculousness.
We expose everybody, right?
They expose everybody. Oh, that's right. What's this?
Anderson Cooper, my name is James Lalino. I'm a reporter with Project Veritas. Do you have a comment on... got nothing to say about Charlie Chester? We're still trying to figure this out. Hopefully we'll figure out soon if Charlie Chester still works at CNN. And we'll get back to you soon, folks.
Oh. Okay, that wasn't a we expose.
Enjoy your day. Yeah. We expose everybody.
And of course, this one here.
When an elected representative hides behind her fame, Project Veritas, we expose everyone, sir.
Everyone, except for this lady right here. And Gore, and the Clintons, and Barack, and Mr. B.S. Bernie Sanders, and Oasis-Crazy, and Jay Inslee, and the Congressional Climate Caucus, and everyone else out there in Congress and the government that's screaming that we need environmental solutions, that's about to put tyranny and climate police in your face, in your living room. Project Veritas, that's right. Project Veritas will not expose it. So, stay tuned, people. This is the truth, and no one else will tell you this, not even Project Veritas.